Hello, everyone. This is Yonks with REtoken DAO, and I'm joined with the most wonderful person in my life, Mrs. Yonks, and we are super, super excited. This is actually our sixth community call, and just super recently, REtoken DAO, won the Gitcoin Decentralized Governance Hackathon, and there's an upcoming opportunity where we're going to be showcased in the winners of that. And we'll talk a little bit more about that right now. But the thing that we're most excited to talk about is TokenTown, the HOA Destroyer. Now, anybody that has any experience with HOAs, anyway, I'm just going to let that marinate a little bit right now and want to let Tyler give herself an introduction, and then we'll get started here with our community call on Wednesday, the 29th of September. September's almost over, but over to you, Tyler.
Thanks, Jason. I am so excited to just be part of this thing. And my background was institutional finance for a long time, many years. And when we got involved in this program, what I really wanted to do was create something that was community-led, flatter, more accessible, more affordable. Anybody with under $1,000, maybe even as little as $100, can participate in our community. So we are solving affordable housing, we are creating solutions, and we are just really excited to make a housing solution that is investable, affordable. It meets the needs of the society in a way that hasn't been available up till now. So just really excited to be part of that.
Thank you for that, Tyler. And we've got our agenda here, and we're going to do our best to keep this within the time frame allotted. And I'm going to bounce over real quick. I'm going to do a little bit of a wave here. We love the participation in the audience. Poopster, somebody on our core team. Hi, everyone. Welcome. And we also have Teresa joining us in the audience as well. She has been an instrumental figure in the success that we've had thus far, and super excited with all the contributions that she has and is capable of making to our community. So to go back over to the agenda here, so TokenTown, the HOA Destroyer. So this is actually a page that I made over here on that. And one of the things that we are really rallying behind as far as the community is that, and I'm gonna actually bring up real quick. I'm gonna put that on hold, and you can take a look here. This is the POAP, one of our POAPs from the other day, and we've got one here for the event tonight, and I'll probably have that up in a little bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and flash open that. We're trying a new feature here that just rolled out today. I actually was on, I claimed one of these codes earlier. And the POAP claim code for tonight's community call is TokenTown, capital T's on the TokenTown. You use the iOS or the Android app, and there's a feature in there where that you can enter a secret word in the app, TokenTown. And I'm gonna let this code here run through October the 5th. Because October the 5th is the deadline that we've got coming up for the American-made solar challenge. So going back over here to that, I'm going to actually make this a little bit bigger on the screen, so hopefully everybody can read that a little bit better. Do some magnifying. All right, look, it's getting bigger. And I'm going to open up the other tab here too. I don't want to print. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger here myself. So TokenTown by REtoken DAO. This is actually our team's page on the American-made Solar Challenge. And I'm going to just read this out here. I really like this statement. TokenTown is a solution for the global affordable housing crisis. A next-gen HOA governed by a DAO. It will be capitalized using security tokens and primarily include net positive energy housing using American-made solar products. And the extra energy generated will be utilized for powering crypto mining operations. And we really believe that this is a solid solution, and we're architecting our projects so that we can submit on both the hardware and on the software tracks. And over here, this is, again, the GitHub page. If I don't have it linked on the video currently, I'll be sure to try to circle back on that. And if you could, Tyler, make a note so that we can make sure that we get the GitHub, our project. We believe in full transparency here. That's one of the founding principles. So join the winning team, REtoken, the real estate DAO. And the reason that we're saying the winning team, we again just completed as a grand prize winner of the Gitcoin Decentralized Governance Hackathon. There will be an upcoming opportunity. And that's another thing that we can circle back with is the link to participate on that coming up here on October 4th. And I might even have a screenshot somewhere around here that I took, but I'm not going to get distracted with that right now. So anyway, going back to our agenda here. So been talking a little bit about TokenTown, and let me actually show some of the upcoming opportunities real quick over here. So this is our Trello board. This is where we do all of our task management. And basically, it's a repository for getting things done. And one of the things, besides the task management, we also have a roadmap here on Trello. And I'm going to open this in another tab and go back here because the thing that I was wanting to show you is the upcoming events, the working group. So we've got a working group coming up here tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock Eastern time. And then we've got more opportunities on Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday as well. So anyway, going back to our roadmap, or actually going back to the agenda here for the community call. So besides TokenTown, let's actually pivot a little bit and now talk about some weekly DAO business. So real quick, I'm going to bring open our Discord because our Discord is actually the main server that we utilize, or the main channel that we utilize for communicating here. So this is the announcements channel. This is the single best place to get timely information. And then we also have the events channel over here. And this is a channel where any events that are occurring will show up over here. And to make it easy for people, we also have the events on our Trello board. And I think that there's some capability, don't have that in place yet, but this is something that we'll probably work on implementing, is a Google Calendar integration, so that if you want to just follow the REtoken DAO Google Calendar, that'll make it easy for you as well. That's one of the things that as we go ahead, Tyler.
Oh, how can people join the Discord if they're in the audience and they're not part of it?
Great question. So that's actually the number one step, circling back over here to how to participate, joining the winning team. So join the REtoken DAO Discord, and actually make a note here, Tyler, so that we can update and add a link over here. But we absolutely have links on wherever somebody came in. There'll be a link on the YouTube, Facebook, and I'm not sure about the Twitch, but we're also live streaming on the Twitch as well. So any of the platforms that you came in on for the live stream tonight will be available, or have the link for you there. Great. So to keep on, let's actually take a look at some of one of the main tools that we have for DAO governance is called Snapshot, and you can go to snapshot.org. And then if you just type in REtoken over here, and if you can spell it correctly, and right here is our dashboard. It might look a little bit different for you. I currently have my wallet connected. And just taking a look, we actually have 3 proposals open. So this is a quick call to action for anybody that is a REtoken holder to get out and rock the vote. I see that we currently have 27 members. That's one of the things that we're very actively doing. And again, want to encourage some participation in the audience. And take a note of this too, Tyler. Give some social media participation love to Poopster and Teresa, who already chimed in here. And this is a call out for anybody else to chime in. We love seeing the comments, whether you're coming in through YouTube or Facebook. But going back real quick, so this is one of, there's several here that are actually, all of these I feel are very important. So we've been talking about TokenTown, the American-made Solar Prize project. So this is a proposal that we've currently got submitted here. And this has a link to the GitHub page that I was just showing you. And then also somehow didn't include the link to join the Discord, but again, the Discord server for REtoken DAO is all over, including on our Twitter, including on the description here. And this is basically like this proposal is about the same type of content that we had on the GitHub page, just slightly reformatted for the what do you call it? The snapshot here. So the other proposals that we have, and let me go back to this one. So this is another good one. This is the weekly treasury distribution proposal. So one of the things, us being a tokenized Web3 community, the REtoken, and right now we're in season 0. That means that we're not going through any efforts to get our social token listed on any decentralized exchange. And one of the things that we actually discussed earlier, and I'm going to circle back to that in a moment. So let's see how many people have voted on here. So right now we only have 4 people that have voted. So again, we're going to be creating opportunities for people to incentivize the voter turnout. And that was actually something that we were just talking about earlier today on the community call planning, utilizing UMA project, their KPI options. And that's one of the things here, being a startup DAO, that we want to, do things that reward like voting on proposals and stuff. So another portal here, we also have on boardroom.info. They were actually, Boardroom was the primary sponsor in the Decentralized Governance hackathon that we came in the grand prize on. And we have our project listed over here. And this shows like a nice little dashboard of, what's going on, votes and stuff like that. So that's another opportunity to, again, utilize this as a dashboard, especially if you're participating in multiple projects that are also listed here on Boardroom. So super honored to be on a short list of projects that are on Boardroom. So anyway, go ahead, Tyler.
I was going to say, I see a lot of people listening on YouTube right now. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do. And if you are interested in what we're talking about, tweet it out, post a LinkedIn update, Facebook, whatever. We are trying to build this community. We're really interested in getting more people on the team. So if you're interested, you don't necessarily have to have a dev background or anything technical. If what we're doing looks interesting and you want to get involved with our community, we just wanted to make an open invitation for that. After you join the Discord, we would love for you to take a more active role and start participating in these projects, earn REtokens, vote on these proposals, and we'd love to just build out the community that way.
Yeah, and I was actually just going through and showing some of the comments right now from, and here's some more opportunities to make notes. So got a nice hi from Dax. He's also on our core team. Jeff, thank you for popping in. And if we don't have your wallet address, Jeff, send a DM to Yonks. Got my DMs open pretty much everywhere. With your wallet address, we'll make sure that you get included on an upcoming airdrop for REtoken. And the same for Taylor. So Taylor, welcome. Thank you. Woo, TokenTown DAO, absolutely. So super excited about talking more about that. And I don't think I've actually gone to the first tweet that I did. Let me see if I can find that here on the Twitter, and I'll bring that open.
Just had a question. Wanted to learn more about how to join REtoken. So a couple things. Easiest way is we're going to get this up on GitHub, but DM Yonks or me, I'm Mrs. Yonks on Discord, and just let us know that you want to be part of the community. And then once you're in, we'd love to just know what your background is and what you want to be involved with. We got lots of stuff going on, and the more you share with us what you want to do, the more we can get you plugged into projects that you like and enjoy and earn REtokens and build our community and that kind of thing. So step one, if you're not already in our Discord, send us a DM. We'll send you an invitation on it, and we're going to get a pretty link going on that. But we just really want to know who you are and what you want to do, and we'd love to just help you get plugged into a role that you want to be part of.
All right, and I did get the tweet or the Twitter thread over here. So this was the first tweet on TokenTown DAO, and make sure that you follow this. We're super excited. Going to be doing, like, we actually have our upcoming where we're going to be doing a lot of this, getting some framework in place, and that's going to be coming up here tomorrow. It's literally our second working group, and that's something that we'll be facilitating via Discord/Zoom. Most of that will be on Zoom. I'll get a link in here so that you can all participate on that, and that's something that we will be rewarding 50 REtoken. And one of the things that we're planning on doing tomorrow during the second TokenTown working group is actually setting up the DAO for Colorado, going to be minting a social token, looking at doing a hybrid governance model. That's one of the things that Vitalik spoke highly of as far as implementing a hybrid governance model. So we're talking about doing an NFT launch on that tweet that I had up here. Right here, NFT launch, first tweet. So that's something that you'll want to be excited about, because we're going to be limiting that to 32 people at one Ethereum, and that's something. If you know somebody that's an NFT artist, I'm going to be reaching out to somebody that I really like their work that they do to see if we can get a solid dynamic. And again, going back here to our working group for tomorrow, that'll be the biggest opportunity to really plug in, is participate in these working groups. Like the one that we had the other day was super preliminary. I mean, we were just going through the execution strategy, and this is how transparently that I operate. I mean, like, I wrote down like our execution strategy here on GitHub. So I'm not being like secretive or anything. Go ahead, Tyler.
Well, our kind of joint thought is our ideas are a dime a dozen, and the execution is what matters. So it doesn't really matter if I used to joke around. I was like, well, I have a great idea. We should have flying cars. That doesn't mean anything. Just until somebody actually builds a flying car. So, Youngs, do you want to talk a little bit about the vision of what TokenTown is, what problem it's trying to solve, and then go back into some of the mechanics on it? Just a quick one.
Yeah, absolutely. And just giving some more social media love. Thank you everybody for commenting. My understanding, the way that YouTube juices up the stuff, the more participation that we have, that's why that we're throwing out the REtoken to reward those. And I would love some feedback from everybody. That's one of the things that those people, and thank you for those people that did participate in our very open community call planning session. That was something that we facilitated earlier on Discord. I'm personally really loving the StreamYard format. For me as a creator, it's so easy to get on here, have some agenda that kind of work through, which is like you've seen the Trello card that I keep on bouncing over here. I mean, I do this just as much for myself as just to kind of keep my thoughts together and on track a little bit. And this Trello board is completely open to the public. Like over here, we've been talking about our Discord. Like here in the start here channel, like the Discord links that we've got should drop you in here. This is one of the opportunities that we're planning on improving, is our onboarding experience. I know that Discord can be a little over intimidating, and this is one of the things that we're aware of and that we absolutely have identified as an opportunity for improvement. But anyway, thank you, Amy, for the shout out. Wanted to also go over here to Crush. Hey everyone, and if I don't have your wallet address, I also want to Tokens for Towns. Thank you, Duke. Appreciate that. It was great hanging out last night. I just noticed I'm not even on the camera, so let me hop back on over here. So thank you all for the social media love, and hopefully, Tyler, that you're making some good notes of the people that are giving us some social media love, so that we don't have to go back and watch this. I'm going to take a screenshot here real quick.
While you're doing that, let me just go over the vision for TokenTown really fast, and for everybody that's joining us new. So the problem that we're trying to solve is Youngstown and I are based in Denver. Like a lot of cities in the country, housing is absolutely out of control. You are $600,000 minimum for a single family house, and that is just a really high barrier to entry. So one of the things that we're looking to do with TokenTown is solve three problems. Number one, we want to create affordable housing. We want to be able, through tokens as a real estate investment and through the co-op business structure, we want to be able to sell people individual rooms and turn people who are renters into owners. You're paying $2,500 a month, $3,000 a month in rent, and then trying to save up for a house, a very high barrier to entry. So that's the first thing that we want to do. Make real estate investing more accessible. I would say under $1,000, maybe as little as $100 to get in. Number two, we want to give people an opportunity for fractional ownership, either partial ownership of a house with roommates or partial ownership by week, so that people can travel, they can own multiple properties, they can kind of live life by design. And the third thing is we want to create a community that disrupts an industry of real estate that is really ripe for disruption. So if any of you guys have ever closed on a property, you have to sign 1,000 pieces of paper after you spend 6 months proving every which way and under the sun that you can afford a blood sample and give them your firstborn child to get your property, and then you spend the next 30 years paying for it. We think that model needs to get thrown in the garbage and put all that on the blockchain. So all those are what we're doing. These 32 founding citizens of our community are the people that are going to provide the foundation layer of the community. So one Ethereum is somewhere around $3,000. If you don't have one and you have that much in cash, we can. If you're brand new to crypto, you don't own any Ethereum, we can help you get one. They cost somewhere around $3,000 each. If you do have one, you can pledge it. Like I said, we're only limiting it to 32 people, and those are going to be opening up on October 1st. So if you are interested in getting notified, DM Yonks or me. We'll put you on a list. We're expecting them to sell out very quickly, and that's going to be the original governing board of helping us make decisions about this community, what it looks like, and how we put it together. So if you want to be a part of that, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and to carry that thought a little further, I mean, we're going to be having solid conversations. I mean, this is all up to us, the people that come together here, and it's like, man, that's something that I want to be a part of. And this, like the TokenTown working group that we're working on, the primary focus, to be clear, is getting our submission in for the American-made Solar Prize. But as a component of that, we're going to be spinning up TokenTown DAO. And I already mentioned that we're looking, and I can't remember if I completed that thought, but we're looking at having a hybrid governance model. Over here, we've got the 32 people at 1 Ethereum each. That'll obviously be a weighted mechanism. We're also talking about creating a tokenized community for the Colorado TokenTown DAO. And this is a model that we absolutely believe can be deployed in any neighborhood. We're looking specifically here in Colorado at opportunity zones. The reason for that is because that provides additional capital for like through the opportunity tax incentive program to take advantage of. One of the other DAOs that we have pipeline that's on the shelf that we're planning on bringing into this mix of what we're submitting for this American-made Solar Prize project is called the OZ Fund. So real creative, I know. It's for Opportunity Zone Fund, and we're going to go through the procedures of setting up a qualified opportunity fund. Go ahead, Tyler.
Oh, so what the Opportunity Zone is, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, there was a tax act passed by Congress a few years ago that enabled every governor of every state to designate certain very urban or very rural or otherwise less invested in neighborhoods around every state that they want to drive investment into. And there's some really incredible tax incentives. So for those of you who've been in crypto for a while, I used to joke around the big financial mistake of my life. Somebody gave me several Bitcoins in 2011. He said, "You're worth the $10. Like, here's some Bitcoins. You're welcome." And of course I didn't know what it was. I threw my wallet away. Oops. But one of the things that we're realizing is how many people got invested early, have tons and tons of capital gains, don't have a place to park them. And this is a way that you can put capital gains from crypto, from appreciated stock, from an appreciated house. If you're selling your house, you have capital gains, that whatever asset you have capital gains, you can put it in a qualified opportunity fund in one of these neighborhoods that needs investment. That's where we're going to be building these houses. If you leave it there for a long enough period of time, multiple years, then all of your gains become tax-free, including your original gain. So you bought Bitcoin when it was at 10,000, now it's at 40,000, whatever, you can wipe out all those capital gains. And if our project happens to appreciate the capital gains on top of that, then all that becomes tax-free. Really, really super interesting tax program. We're trying to stack multiple incentives together as give people a reason to help us partner and solve this housing crisis.
Yeah, it's a fabulous tax incentive, and I've heard it referred to as a tax incentive of a lifetime. And also really wanted to quick thank Evan for bouncing in here. Evan Kim, again, thank you for everybody that's given us some love on either YouTube, or I think it's all coming in from YouTube. So appreciate that. If we don't have your wallet address, DM us. We're going to be rewarding 10 REtoken for the active participants on the community call. Also want to extend again, we've got the POAP claim code. You have to use the iOS or the Android app. This is a feature that POAP just dropped. For those of you that have participated in the REtoken community, it's been kind of a pain point with the Discord bot getting the POAPs distributed for our events. So super excited. This is one that we tried already, and both Tyler and myself, before we hopped on here, we collected the first and then the second POAP, so we absolutely confirmed that that's all working. So thanks again, Evan, for saying hi, and we like to recognize those people that participate actively in the community. And also, Amy had a good question there on, so, oh look, and thanks Poopster for that. Poopster was Community Member of the Week. Was pleased to meet him. Tyler and I did when he was out for Wyoming DAO Day, and bounced down here to Denver just because like that's the big airport to go to from Wyoming. So anyway, it was great connecting with Poopster, and Blur's Day want to thank them for all that they've done. We gave them a Discord role bump up to the core team for all that their active engagement.
Evan, sorry, Jason, Evan, to your question, how big is the team currently? Right now, we have, I think, 5 or 6 people on the team signed up, and then there are more people. Those are the people that are signed up officially, and then there are a few more people that we just talked to this afternoon that said they're interested, and they are going to sign up. So if you are interested in participating in the American Made Solar Prize, it is a contest through the Department of Energy. You do have to sign up in advance on our team. The biggest thing is if you want an invitation, send us your Discord name or your email, and we'll go ahead and get that invitation over to you. It is it's really exciting. This is actually round 5 of the prize, and the Department of Energy, the first prize on this thing is quite large. So we're pretty excited about winning this thing as a team, building out the community, using that as the proof that there is a huge demand for what we're doing and developing this. So if you want to be part of that team, we want to be part of it with you.
Yeah, and one of the things that I can't remember if we've spoke about, but we brought it forward, and I'm going to go through that, making that an official REtoken improvement proposal. And I think that would be a great opportunity to do that real quick here. And where I was going with that is that we believe in the social proof component of having a team. We've already seen the effects of that through the Gitcoin Decentralized Governance Hackathon. And these are people that are on our core team right now, and they've already gone through the effort to sign up here on HeroX. And one of the things that we spoke about earlier today during the community call plan that we were wanting to put forward here is that anybody that goes through and asks to join the team, and again, the link for that is right here, the TokenTown, join the HeroX project team. So anybody that goes through the effort to join the HeroX project team for the hardware track, and then also for the software track, we'll be providing a bonus of 50 REtoken. So that's a super easy way to earn some REtoken. And we have not distributed very much REtoken. I think earlier when I was looking at our season 0 tracker sheet. I think we've distributed less than 4,000 REtoken. Like personally myself, I think I only have like when I was looking earlier on Snapshot, I think Poopster actually has the same amount of REtoken that I do right now. And Poopster, again, thank you for all that you're doing. And again, thank you to you and Blurs. We did promote you guys to the core team in Discord role. So anyway,
hey, real quick, Jason, there's a comment from Evan. I do on-chain crypto data analytics on Dune, can track revenues, token distributions, large campaigns and stuff. Evan, we'd love to have you as part of our community. We'd love to follow up with you offline and see how you want to participate and what you want to do. So if you're not already in the Discord, please do. And Jason and I would love to set up some time to chat with you and make that work.
Yeah, and to go a little bit further as far as the tracking of the revenues, like we like to think that we're pretty creative, and we know that there's a huge opportunity for like when we're talking about TokenTown and the HOA Destroyer, and and I don't know how well that was clearly like captured here. This line right here, capitalized using security tokens. What we mean by that is, imagine a neighborhood of like, what, 50 houses or something. So each and every individual property in TokenTown, we're planning on having it'll functionally be its own independent cooperative, and that'll depend on, that'll actually be one of the benefits. I can't remember if we spoke about one of the benefits to these 32 people over here on this tweet that we're talking about. One of the benefits of these are the people that raise their hand and say, "Hey, I want to be a part of that." They're going to have priority on the parcel, as far as like, we're going to have multiple housing parcels or whatever you call it, and whenever you're subdividing a neighborhood. And those people will have the opportunity for a priority on that. And that these conversations, I'm wanting to curb the conversations about that until, we start having more people that said, "Hey, I want to be involved in these conversations." But most importantly, like with the way that we're doing this hybrid governance dynamic, is participating in the TokenTown REtoken working groups coming up here. You'll not only receive REtoken social tokens, but also TokenTown DAO. So you have the opportunity of participating in the governance dynamic of this without even like saying, "Hey, I want to have a little bit more skin in the game with the one Ethereum as the founding citizen." So anyway, go ahead, Tyler.
It's pretty exciting. So I want to give you guys a couple real world examples on this. In an HOA, and if you've ever lived in one, or if you're currently living in one, they're a pain in the ass. It's usually 3 to 5 angry Brendas who want to make rules for everybody else, or it's a bunch of people who've been on the HOA for 12 years and they're begging other people to be on it, and they decide about what color you can paint your front door and whatever, right? So one of the things that we would love to do, just imagine your current HOA functioning like this. There are certain rules where people say you can't break the city laws and you can't park in front of fire hydrants and just things that are common sense. And then if you want to rent the community clubhouse, then we're going to set the price at this. And somebody wants to propose something that may affect the community. All of a sudden, everybody gets a notification. You can vote on it on your phone anywhere in the world if you care. And if you don't care, then it doesn't matter. But you don't have to go to a boring meeting, sit through 2 hours of rabble, listen to all these people. You just read a proposal and you say, "I'm for it, I'm against it, or I don't care." And just imagine how different the participation level would be at everything that mattered if people could just get an instant notification. And the first question is, here's something that's going to affect the community. Do you care? And if you don't care, then don't vote on it. And if you do care, you can say, "Yes, I'm for it," or "No, I'm against it." And it's just such an instant way to get more people at the table and to not allow people to override rules. So one more real world example is a lot of HOAs have just been randomly outlawing Airbnb, and most people don't care one way or the other. If it's legal in the city and it's otherwise okay, then these HOAs are saying, no, we don't want that because we don't really understand it. Where you take that to the whole community, they say, "Sure, that'd be fine." and then you don't have these same dynamics. It's just a really interesting way to run a community. It's a way that you can get a more democratized form of governance without a big commitment. Nobody wants to run for the HOA board because nobody has time to sit in a 4-hour meeting once a week. But if you pop up and say, hey, here's a proposal that I'd like to make to the community, and people vote on it, and then you're done, or you want to make a one-time vote and then you're done, it's just super, super easy to get involved, make your piece. We just think it just builds better neighborhoods, it builds stronger communities.
And real quick on the PO app, you have to use the mobile app. This is a brand new feature that they just introduced, and it's called the secret word function. So part of that dynamic is to, I think, curb some of the Discord PO app bot farmers or whatever that they were called, and then just to make like, and I don't know if they gave up on the Discord bot or whatever, but this works fabulously. So the POAP claim code, I've got it scrolling on the bot. Well, I don't have it up there right now. It's there now. So it's TokenTown, capital T on token, capital T on town. It is case sensitive. So anyway, let's see. Hey, I see a couple more.
Yeah, I just want to go to the audience real fast. So Evan, yes, all of these would be transparent. They will probably be done on Snapshot, unless we come up with some other tool that is as good or better. But some tool, Snapshot or something similar, it's all transparent. Everything's going to be done on the blockchain. All the history will be transparent. When we said the real estate industry as it exists right now is ripe to just get picked up and thrown in the garbage, these are things where right now all the information you have is, does your potential home have an HOA? And if it does, what does it cost per month? It doesn't say anything about what's in the treasury, how the maintenance has been done, who's on the board of directors, how do they make decisions, how does HOA impact your life? That is all way more important than what the price is per month. And so with DAO governance and blockchain, we would be able to say to these people, here's how much money is in our treasury. Here's the history of dues. Here is what we've spent things on. Here is how the community works. You can see so much more and better and more useful information about the community. And we think the more communities adopt this methodology, the easier it's going to be to say, besides, do I like the house? Do I like the way that the neighborhood's governed? And that really impacts your quality of life.
Yeah, and to add a little bit more to that, Evan, tomorrow during the TokenTown REtoken, that'll be our second working group for TokenTown. We'll actually be going through, and I've actually got the ENS here. While I was in Wyoming, I didn't know what kind of progress that would actually would be towards this project. I didn't want to work on just some random Wyoming hackathon thing to benefit, the sponsors of the hackathon. I actually wanted to, if I could, dual purpose the time and just focus my mental capacity. Mrs. Yonks can attest to how guarded that I'm being as far as being focused. So that's one of the things that we're planning on doing, is doing a subdomain. I've actually got, you can see it up here, tokentowndao.eth. That's one of the prerequisites for spinning up a snapshot, and we'll do a subdomain on the Ethereum domain CO for Colorado, TokenTown DAO, and look at so two of the main things that we're going to be doing tomorrow during the working group is setting up our snapshot for TokenTown DAO, also looking at minting a social token, TTCO, TokenTown Colorado. So, and again, the expectations are looking at doing a hybrid governance model. One of the platforms that really excited to, and this was something that I saw on CrowdCom, is a mintbase.io next gen NFT utility engine. So that's one of the platforms that looking at doing these NFTs for the Colorado TokenTown DAO. And like one of the practical applications that I actually could conceptualize here is like in the crypto house, and I can't remember if I said that Mrs. Yonks and I are personally wanting to live in a crypto house here in TokenTown, and that's actually, I can't remember.
Jason, can you talk about what a crypto house is?
Yes, but I'll circle back because I'm wanting to focus on the NFT utility engine here because this is more important than even going into the dynamic of crypto house. So in this situation, we, well, whatever way, there, yep, Mrs. Yonks and I, one of the things that we discovered is that we aren't motivated enough to keep our own personal space clean unless we have an economic incentive to do that through the form of like Airbnb or home sharing. I mean, we had this killer space in downtown Denver. Like you imagine a postcard, and I've actually got a look at this, Colorado. Got the Colorado long sleeve shirt on. So if you imagine a picture or a postcard of Denver, Colorado, that was literally the view from floor to ceiling windows sitting on our couch. I mean, it was absolutely fabulous, but we were in downtown in Lodo, about the worst time to be there, mostly during the COVID pandemic. Anyway, but one of the things that we found is that we love being economically incentivized. So going back to the crypto house, like the proof of concept that we were wanting to deploy, we were looking at doing 6 bedrooms, and Mrs. Yonks and I, we were wanting 2 of those bedrooms, and in a true cooperative, and that's one of the things that love about Colorado, is that here in Colorado, we have this business entity type called a limited cooperative association. So the thing that's fabulous about that is it provides 2 members. You've got your patron members, and then it introduces a second class there, the investor member. So we're going back to the housemates again, was talking about 6 bedrooms. However, I get it on the screen there, 6. So we were going to have 2 of the bedrooms for housemates. So imagine us being a founding citizen here that are going to be like the house owner or whatever we call it, like the chief house ambassador, I don't know, whatever. So anyway, but what that would provide us, and just thinking as far as one of the potential applications of this NFT utility engine, is how fabulous would it be if we could have like a derivative or a sub NFT or a roommate. And then like we've got 1 Ethereum in the skin in the game, if you want to call it, and then the opportunity to have a sub NFT for our little house in TokenTown, where we'd say, okay, well, for a quarter of Ethereum, hey, you can go through this process, and then like that's one of the things that I'm just thinking out loud here that we could refine, because we want to make sure that it's a compatible fit, because we're talking about people that will be living in our space. So, but that would be the opportunity, I believe, of this NFT utility engine. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling here, super excited about that. Got a lot of work to do between now, and we're really wanting to do this on Friday, October the 1st. And assuming that we get everything lined up, which I really believe that we can, just due to how easy a lot of this stuff is. And we'll be doing a lot of this effort tomorrow night during our working group. And that'll be one of the first things that I do here after winding down this community call. Looking at the time, we're about to the hour, but I will be creating the event. It already does exist on our Trello board. And again, looking at our Discord, we've got the links over here for all of our stuff broken down fairly well. Like one of the things that I was talking about earlier, the roadmap. And let me actually just go through real quick, because I was talking about doing, and this will be one additional opportunity to earn some REtokens here. Is I'm going to kick off, like, here is our voting and proposal process. So it's a pretty simple, like, we already had some discussion origination, and where I'm going with that is wanting to put forward the additional rewarding of the 50 REtoken for signing up, asking to join our team. And here's what it looks like. Like, I'm going to open up an incognito window. So like, oh, that's the wrong link. It's this one right here. And I mean, there's a join button right here. So going through the GitHub page, you'll come over here, and after you like sign in or sign up to the Hero X crowdsourcing platform, you can just click on our team page, and there'll be two. The 14294 is the hardware track, and then the other one is the software track. And that's what it looks like after you've already, and I'll just open up another tab here. I mean, it looks, go ahead, Tyler.
While you're doing that, Teresa just mentioned she's going to be speaking on the Proppies Affordable Housing webinar. And Teresa, we appreciate the promotion on that. If any of you guys are involved in other communities and you want to, if you believe in this project, we'd love for you to help promote it. So thanks, Teresa, as always, for being a great voice in the community and really being a leader. So yeah, so Jason, just wanted to take that back to you.
No, appreciate that, and thank you again, Teresa, for all that you do for the community. So anyway, there's going to be a lot of opportunities here. So looking at the upcoming like working group, we've only done the one. We just had this one, and with the full day of CrowdCom that I was on and in-person networking last night. So now we've got 4 more planned, and the deadline for submission is on October 5th, and we're wanting to have everything finalized there for the submission. And we kind of broke down here the final submission package of what that looks like. And for those that like to have a better, deeper dive as far as the rules, the official contest rules are in here. The more that you understand what's required, one of the things that we're going to be going into tomorrow is just kind of providing a quick snapshot to look at who the previous, again, Tyler already mentioned that this is round 5. We've already had 4 rounds of the hardware track. One of the things that's a little bit different about round 5 is it also introduces a software track. And we're working on bifurcating our submission for both the hardware and the software track. And based upon the solid feedback that I've been having in-person conversations with not just like regular people, which have been very receptive as well, but also like C-level people like at the Digital Assets and Securities Conference. I think I would say 95 to 97%. And the one person that wasn't overly receptive is he didn't necessarily believe that solar was worth the investment. Well, so anyway, go ahead, Tyler.
We had an opportunity to speak with the most prominent real estate developer in the state last night, and just really an honor to get a chance to spend that much time with her and her son. And one of the things that was just so exciting was she's been in real estate for decades, has built and redeveloped some of the most prominent spaces all over the state of Colorado and maybe further out. And she was super interested in this. So it's not just I mean, we used to joke around about the video game universe. So when I was working in finance, we'd say, okay, well, you crypto people go ahead and we'll be over here doing real finance. And then all of a sudden Bitcoin goes from $1 to 50,000. And then we're all turning our heads saying, what does this look like? And what happens when it's at 500,000? What happens when the S curve hits? The technology going from 10% to 90% is happening right now. So it used to be only the true dev nerds in the world knew even what the blockchain was. Now, I think I heard yesterday, 15% of all U.S. households own some form of cryptocurrency. So that's kind of where we are. And I think in 5 years, it's going to be more like 50%. It's going to be as important of your portfolio as stocks, mutual funds, or anything else.
Well, and even more like that I believe is the biggest opportunity here, because even with the ups and downs that we've been seeing in 2021, crypto is still only about a 1-2 trillion market cap, whereas real estate is 280, like, way larger. And that's the biggest opportunity, is to shift that, provide a lot of liquidity, but more importantly, just make things more transparent and bring about the operational efficiencies. But the most important story is through the shoes or the lens or whatever you want to call it, the real estate professional, the investor, the deal maker, the person that's facilitating the tokenization of these real estate deals. The way that we're going to be structuring the smart contracts and the security tokens for REtoken security token projects is that real estate professional, that deal maker, whenever that security token is bought or sold, that real estate professional will get a maybe just a fractional, like maybe 1% or a 0.5% or whatever the amount is, and that'll just depend on that particular security token. But it'll provide an opportunity, instead of the real estate professional just being transaction done, on to the next transaction done. This will provide an opportunity for having some residual income in a security token deal that's structured well. And I believe that the tokenization is just the start. And Evan was interesting some as far as tracking revenues. That's another huge opportunity with blockchain technology, is to decrease the operational expenses in the maintaining of the books, or the just the day-to-day operations of real estate properties, or just any, the more that we can make businesses operate crypto natively, as far as just conducting, like it was painful. We were moving some money from one of our traditional brokerage accounts, one of the largest globally, IBKR, here recently. And in order to get the money from the account, we had to like wire from IBKR to our bank. And then to go to our crypto account, we had to like take a form in person, and like closes, because the fact is that these big banks are using technology from decades ago. But anyway, that's a much larger conversation. I'm looking at the time.
I think
Go ahead, Tyler.
I think the funniest part about that whole story was I had texted Jason and said, "Hey, we need to get moving. The wire office is closing here in an hour." And I don't think he saw the text in time. He's like, "Why is the wire office closing? Why isn't it a 24-hour market? We have to destroy the banking industry. This is all terrible." And the wire's closed because the Federal Reserve has certain hours, and when they're closed, then the banks don't settle, and they're not open on weekends, and they're not open on bank holidays, and blah blah blah. So you translate that into the 24-hour crypto markets globally. You want to buy something anywhere in the world, and it's 3 a.m, you just do. It doesn't matter. So it was just one more example of what we're thinking about. So anyway.
All right, and one thing, vote if you're a REtoken holder on proposals, and I'm putting the link in there. So it's on Snapshot, and I just linked up across all of our social media platforms. And wanting to be respectful of everybody's time, we're trying to make this as easy as possible for people to participate. We're super excited. There's going to be lots of opportunity here the next 7 days, and make sure you follow TokenTown DAO on Twitter. That's going to be well, and I'm going to be sharing the stuff on REtoken DAO as well. But the opportunity to join the HOA Destroyer, TokenTown, and the thing that's more exciting is that just the opportunity to, you know, prove out some of these interesting models, like with Crypto House. And I'm going to curb the thoughts on that. We'll do a deeper dive on Crypto House after we win the American-made Solar Prize. Do you have any final thoughts for us, Tyler?
Just want to encourage everybody to subscribe if this was helpful. We'd love some love on our channel. Give us a thumbs up. Post us on your Facebook, your Twitter, your social media, and whatever. So anyway, thanks, everybody. We appreciate all the comments, and we hope to see you guys all in Discord.
And again, final call out, the TokenTown, capital T on TokenTown, and you must use the iOS or the Android app. And we're going to leave this out here. We would really like everybody to get social with that on the PO app. We're going to have that in place until October the 5th. So we'll see how much PO apps that get claimed for the community call here tonight. And we're functionally calling this the pre-launch party for TokenTown DAO, the HOA Destroyer. So thanks, everybody. Join the winning team. We love you all. And
yeah, have a great night. Thanks.